Why would I know the lyrics to Party in the USA? And why would I know what it's about?
Why wouldn't you know the lyrics to Party in the USA?
I think I've heard it I've heard it twice, maybe, and then never all the way through. And it was never by choice. It's always happened to me.
Well, it's at the beginning of the song that she talks about how she has butterflies.
For what?
Because she's going to LA. She's nervous.
Didn't she live in LA?
Not when the song came out. No, it's now she does.
It's complicated.
I have to go and make things.
I feel like everything I know about Miley Cyrus was forced on me. Just like a lot of people now in the media.
Yeah.
It's like I never seek out information about these people. It's always just forced on me. Are you saying you're just like a big Miley Cyrus fan?
No, I mean, I do like her music.
Did you watch Hannah Montana?
No, I didn't.
Wait, is that her?
Yeah, that's her.
What's the other one?
Which other
What's
one?
Hilary Duff's then?
That's Lizzie McGuire.
Oh, okay. And what was the premise of Hannah Montana?
Hannah Montana is...
It's Gem, basically, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with Jim.
Oh, my God.
But, like, she's...
It's foolish.
A normal kid, but she's also a singer, but people don't know she's a singer because she wears a wig.
No, Gem was like... it was like a cartoon from the 80s, and like...
I know it.
She would like You know what it is now all of a sudden?
Well, no, I know that like it's a cartoon from the 80s, but I don't know.
She would like transform into this rock star.
That's what like...
Gem and the Holograms.
Barbie and the Rockers.
Ugh. So they copied Gem?
Or Gem copied them. I know Barbie and the Rockers.
It's like Ants and Bugs Life. Deep Impact and Armageddon.
Deep Impact was a superior movie.
Volcano and Dante's Peak. It's happened many times throughout history.
It has.
Deep Impact all the way.
I mean, of course, Elijah Wood.
It was a better movie.
It was a better movie.
Also, we lost.
We did.
Like half the planet got like destroyed. And also, that'd be catastrophic. Like everyone's like, oh, we lived. I'm like, I don't know if you're going to live like after that. Like you might have survived the wave, but
You're emotionally dead.
No, what's going to happen after that is going to be like just chaos.
Yeah.
And like could be famine or flooding, all these things. Like the whole earth is just going to be like just dying.
We should watch that again soon.
No.
Get really bummed out.
I don't want to.
We need a good cry.
Just watch Taya Leone just get taken over by a wave with her dad.
Oh, yeah.
And on that note, the champagne's been popped. The wine is flowing, and you know where we're going. We are going on a backlit tour, and I'm your tour guide, Captain Zach, as somebody always says, beans.
Or Jana, you went through that way fast.
I know, I was like trying to do like a wave.
Oh, well, it was way fast.
I mean, I could have gone faster. I wanted to be like the Micro Machines guy, but I don't think anyone would have understood me.
I don't know what Micro Machines is.
You're saying so many things that I hate. Why do you not know it? You don't know what Micro Machines are? You don't know what Gem and the Holograms are? You don't know what Micro Machines are?
You know, that 5-year age difference is really coming up now.
No, I don't understand how you don't know what Gem is. I feel like you would have loved that.
I love Barbie and the Rockers.
I don't care what that is. That's not it.
It is it.
No.
It is the best. Okay.
What is
Anyways.
it? What are we talking about?
Well, guys, when you're
Gem and the
listening to
Holograms?
this, we're going to be on the Disney Treasure.
Whoa.
Our first ever Disney cruise.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Every time we've tried to go on the Wish, it has not happened for various reasons. So we're going to give the Treasure our best shot.
So you made a wish to get some treasure. That's not what we're talking about, though.
No, I'm just saying. We're on the Treasure.
We're going to be on a floating hotel, but we're here to talk about a stationary hotel.
There you go.
Resort.
Yep. We are talking about my personal favorite resort, Port Orleans French Quarter.
Of all of them?
I think so.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's not yours?
No. Polynesian all the way.
I mean, Polynesian's great, but it's no Port Orleans.
Wow. What?
Yeah. I love it. I mean, for me, partially, okay, I have multiple reasons why I love it.
I mean, okay.
And we will go through those one by one.
I want a bullet point, but step-by-step plan of why this doesn't make any sense.
Okay, well...
You've never said like that this is your top.
Yeah, I have multiple times.
This is wild.
Okay, so
So
number
wait, if
one.
this were DVC, we'd be staying there every time then.
Oh my gosh, yes. Like
interesting. All right.
literally, yes.
Okay.
My absolute favorite resort. And I mean, number one is nostalgia.
Wait, you like this over like Grand Floridian or
I mean, you know,
Polynesian?
if you gave me an all expense paid trip of like, here you can stay at the Grand or Port Orleans, I'm going to take the Grand.
Then it's not your favorite.
Well, no, it is, because I know the value of staying at the Grand.
Okay.
You know, but like if we're talking about like
you struck out. Yeah. I'm gonna leave that pause in there. That was long. This is dramatic.
I just lost my train of thought.
The value you answered your own question. You're like, oh, if I had a choice between this and this, I'd still stay at the other one.
Well,
because of the value, but like,
I
no,
mean, you know,
that wouldn't matter if that's your favorite.
Yes, it does.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes, it does.
If that's your favorite, you would have stayed there.
Okay, well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Would you stay in the Polynesian or Cinderella's castle?
I mean, I've never stayed in Cinderella's castle, so there.
Exactly. So then Polynesia's not your favorite. If you're into Cinderella's castle over the Polynesian.
Well, no, because I've never stayed there, so I don't know if I like it better or not. Schrodinger cat situation over there.
Okay, so then what if you got to stay...
These hypotheticals are stupid.
Grand Floridian and club level, like the suite that is in the main building.
You're adding things.
But it's the same kind of thing because
No.
because like Grand Floridian and Polynesian are the same price point.
Okay,
but if you get the Grand Floridian at
on.
this like super exclusive room, are you going to do that?
So if you'd have to make it on equal playing field in that sense, because you'd say it wouldn't make sense why I would have that and not the Polynesian. So if I had Polynesian club level versus Grand, I'd take Poly all day, every day.
No, that's not an equal comparison.
Well, you're adding add-ons.
Well, but because I'm like,
if
okay,
you're just
so
doing a base level,
the thing
base
is
level
like,
room. No, you have to go base level room to base level room.
No, you don't have to go base level room.
I think you're wrong.
Because like, okay, so Port Orleans French Quarter is usually in like the $300 per night price range. Grand Floridian's like $700 per night price range. So it's like, if I'm getting an expenses paid trip, I'm going to choose a more expensive resort just on the fact that it is more expensive and it's getting comped.
Okay, guys, weigh in on this.
Yes,
when
please
this comes
weigh
out,
in.
because if she says she'd rather stay at the Floridian,
I mean, the Floridian is my favorite deluxe resort.
If she had a choice between the Floridian paid for and Port Orleans paid for, she'd still stay at Grand Floridian. And to me, that says that's not your favorite resort.
No, I think it's because I know the value.
I don't think that matters in this.
It does
if it's your
matter.
favorite one. All right.
It does matter.
Let's get into this because I think you're wrong.
It does matter.
What's your favorite resort and why is it Grand Floridian?
We're not talking about the Grand Floridian.
All right. Let's talk about your second favorite resort, Port Orleans.
Okay, Port Orleans French Quarter. This was the first moderate resort to open up at Disney World. They only had the deluxe resorts and, Fort Wilderness.
What would Fort Wilderness
Well,
mean?
Fort Wilderness at the time was just like campgrounds.
So there was no hotel or anything like that?
Well, that's Wilderness Lodge.
And, wait, hang on. The campgrounds, Fort Wilderness has
The cabins.
Copper Creek cabins.
No, Fort Wilderness does not have Copper Creek.
That's not where that is? Where is that?
Wilderness Lodge is Copper Creek and Boulder Ridge.
Wait. Oh, my God, that's confusing.
Copper Creek is DVC, Wilderness Lodge.
Okay. I'm so confused, that whole area.
Yeah.
I don't know what's under that blanket of what is what.
I mean, they are next to each other.
They're in the same vicinity,
yes,
right?
Yes.
What's the other one called?
Are you talking about Boulder Ridge?
That's another one?
That's Wilderness Lodge.
Boulder Ridge is...
Think about it like how at Animal Kingdom you have Jumbo House and Kidani Village.
So Boulder House and...
Boulder Ridge.
Boulder Ridge and Copper Creek are like sister and brother hotels over there.
They are...
They're part of Wilderness Lodge.
They make up Wilderness Lodge.
So all fingers are thumbs, but not all thumbs are fingers.
Sure.
Reverse that.
Sure. I mean, it's the same as like Kidani Village and Jumbo House.
Okay.
At
right.
Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Okay.
It's like those are just the two sides that make up Animal Kingdom Lodge.
That's Fort Wilderness.
That's Wilderness Lodge.
What's Fort Wilderness? That's just an area?
Fort Wilderness, that's where like Hoop-Dee-Doo Review is.
Yeah, I know, but
Tri-Circle D Ranch.
That's just campgrounds.
That's
and
campgrounds.
Cabins?
That's cabins, RV hookups, and campsites for like tents. Yeah.
I think I was getting confused about like Fort Wilderness Lodge being the same thing. Like I just call it like an area basically in my head.
I can see why you'd be confused, but yeah, no, it's separate.
I can see why you'd be confused about your love for Port Orleans and how you're wrong that that's your favorite. But keep going.
I hate you so much right now.
You're fine.
All right. Okay. So going back to Port Orleans, this has gotten derailed so many times already.
We're still on track,
okay.
babe.
All right. Port Orleans French Quarter.
I'm talking about Mountain Dew, baby.
It's a moderate resort. You have like thrown me off so much.
Go on.
Moderate resort.
First moderate resort
in the Disney Springs area.
Disney Springs.
Yes, which means that, it is the closest Disney Springs. You can actually take a boat there on the Sassagoula River.
Sassalalo.
It's also super close to Epcot and Hollywood Studios.
Is that the only place you can take the boat to there?
Yes.
Right?
Well, you could take it to Riverside.
Which hotel has the option of taking the boat to MGM?
That would be the Epcot area resort. So Boardwalk, Swan and Dolphin, Swan Reserve, Beach and Yacht Club. I couldn't remember
if we did that or not. Like I was like, because it's like a secret little boat area. I feel like that no one knows about.
I have never done that. That's on Crescent Lake.
No, we've done it before.
We have?
We've taken the boat once, because we usually just drive. But like, we did it years ago when we were staying. It must have been Boardwalk actually.
No, we did it actually.
Well, you said
we were at MGM for the day, and we went and ate lunch at Ale and Compass, and on the way back we took the boat.
That was not that time.
That was that time.
We didn't take it to MGM.
We did.
I don't know about that.
We did.
All right. If you're that though.
Okay, anyways, back to Port Orleans French Quarter.
Which you can't take the boat to MGM at.
No, you cannot. So this one... God, why is this just like...
You just keep hitting roadblocks.
I do keep hitting roadblocks.
You're thinking in your head, you're like, maybe he's right about me not liking this was my favorite.
It's because it's been a very long week and I am stressed. Okay, so for the umpteenth time, first moderate resort on the Sassagoula River, Disney Springs resort area. And when this first opened, it was just called Port Orleans. There was no French Quarter part of the name. And the resort next to it was called Dixie Landings. And that name got changed for obvious reasons. And it became Port Orleans Riverside. And they kind of became sister resorts at that point. So now you have Port Orleans French Quarter and Port Orleans Riverside.
Can you walk to each other or do you have to take a boat?
You can walk to each other or you can take the boat.
I've never been over there. I have no idea where it is.
I'm pretty sure we've stayed at Riverside before.
Never stayed at Riverside, babe. Never.
I think we have because I remember the horrible bus system there.
I've never stayed. You might have stayed there. I've never stayed there.
One thing that is so amazing about French Quarter is not only the theming, which we'll get to, and spoiler alert, it's themed after the French Quarter in New Orleans, but it is the smallest resort on property. For the most part, especially for...
Okay, that's your selling point. It's the smallest resort.
I mean, that is like a huge deal when it's like the end of the night and your bus drops you off.
It's easy to get around.
You are never that far from the pool. You're never that far from the boats. You're never that far from the bus or the food. It's all super duper quick. And that does make like a huge difference at the end of the night when you're just tired, you want to get to your bed. You know what? You're only a 2 to 3 minute walk from your room, pretty much, no matter where it is. No more than 5 minutes. And even though it is the smallest resort on property, it has the largest rooms for moderate resorts.
Yeah, those are good rooms.
They also recently remodeled them, like in the past year, or refurbished them.
When did we stay there? 2 years ago? Or was that 3 years ago?
That was December 2022.
2022. Okay. So 3 years ago.
Yeah. So they just redid them since we've stayed there.
We just missed it.
Yeah.
That was like
They
a
still look really
perfect
good.
room. Remember, we were like, we could
Yes.
see the front lobby from where we were in like the top.
Yeah, we were like catty corner to it.
Nice.
Yeah, so you
Oh,
have
a
that.
corner room too, wasn't it?
Yeah, well,
Bigger.
so you have the option when you book your room. They have different room views, and it is, which actually Disney's starting to change it from like, it originally is like garden view, river view, pool view, standard, which is just going to be like parking lot views, and a king bed. And they're changing it now to being like preferred or standard, and you kind of get where you get. But if you get a king room, that's always going to be a corner room, and they're going to be larger than the regular rooms. And since it's always on the corner, you're pretty much always in a prime location for both the stairs and the
Dining
lobby. Yeah, that area.
Try to explain to you why else you love this place besides the beignets.
I was about to say the beignets. So you can get Mickey-shaped beignets here, but most importantly, you can get gluten-free beignets at Scat Cat's Lounge. And the only other place on property that you can do that is at Port Orleans Riverside.
They used to have, like, the quick service there used to have better decorations, and they took away a lot of those, like, Mardi Gras things.
Yeah,
Some are still
so
there, but, like, they used to have a ton more, I feel like.
their quick service is Sasagula Floatworks, and it used to have the most fun Mardi Gras decorations in it, like parade float kind of stuff hanging
Yep.
from the ceiling.
Like jesters and, like,
And
they
the
still have,
king,
like,
the Mardi Gras
fountain
king.
in the front, in, like, the lobby that, like, you
Oh, I
toss the
love
coins
that.
into and stuff, and it's really
Yeah.
festive. But, like,
And they give you beads, when
Yeah.
you check in.
it was kind of bummer, like, when they got rid of, like, a lot of those decor things. I'm just like, what are you doing?
It is. It goes back to the whole aesthetic thing.
We're gonna talk about a whole thing about that.
Yeah,
Because I have a
of-
lot to
of,
say
like,
about that.
How the depressed millennials are taking over and
Well,
they're
it's just
getting
like
rid of
this-
the magic.
We're going clean cut, and you're just like, I don't like it. I kind of
Yeah.
like the nonsense.
They've got a few elements still in there, but not it's not as
nearly as
magical.
many as it used to
yeah.
be.
Yeah.
So.
They've made it more adult and less Disney, which is a bummer.
Imagine like World of Disney, what it used to be, and then what it became. That's the same thing that happened to this place.
They have for food. Sorry, can't talk. They have Sasagula Floatworks, which is quick service, and then they have Scat Cat's Lounge, which is where you're going to get your Mickey beignets.
Yep.
And I believe at night they also serve drinks, and they will sometimes have jazz musicians playing there.
I don't think I ever saw that.
I did when I was younger. I haven't seen it since you and I have stayed there.
They've got a pretty dope pool.
The pool is so much fun. And it was something that I always wanted to play in when I was a kid. And we would stay there. But, we were always going end of December. So it was too cold. And, we were only going to be there for like 3 or 4 full days and not going to waste time in the pool. But
You have a splash pad too, right?
yes, they have a splash pad, which was...
Remember last time we were there, a kid pooped in it?
Yes, a kid pooped in the splash pad last time we were there.
You're like,
and they had to shut it down.
everybody out.
Yep. That was a good time. The pool is great. And I love that they have the jesters and alligators like playing instruments, all statues like all throughout.
Just make that Lewis at this point.
No, I don't want that.
Or add Lewis.
You can add Lewis, but don't take any of the others away.
Add Lewis and add Ray.
They also have a good playground here.
Where's the playground?
It's there.
There.
Our kids have played at it before.
But is that the only two? Those are the only reasons you like it? That's it?
There's 2 bus stops that are like right next to each other.
It's
like
not
you're not
gonna
having to
convince
travel
me.
around. So
I'm not convinced that this is your favorite.
I'm sorry.
Bus stops? That's the best you got?
Okay, you know how important the bus stops are.
Yeah.
It's good. They're like right there, right out in front. Again, you don't have to walk far. They've got benches.
Whoa.
Yes. And,
Stuff that everyone has. All right, keep going.
it's quick. It's quick and easy. You get wherever you want to go very fast.
It's a much quieter resort.
It is super quiet.
Because I think it is because it's a lot smaller. So
Yeah.
it's not very noisy, which is good. Because if you stay like an all-star or something like that, it gets noisy.
Yeah. And so this whole resort, which we touched on, is themed after New Orleans. And it's like Mardi Gras there year round, pretty much, with the decor. This resort spoiled me with is I had never been to New Orleans, and then I got to go.
You're like, oh, this is kind of dirty.
I got to go like 2 years ago on a work trip, and we stayed in the French Quarter there.
Oh.
And we get there, I'm just like, this is not what I pictured. And my director, who like, he went to college in New Orleans and everything, and he was just like, well, what do you think it was? And I was like, like Disney's Port Orleans French Quarter. And he was just like, no, it hasn't looked like that since the early 1900s. And I was just like, oh. And he's like, if you want that, you need to go to like northern New Orleans. And I was just like, oh, can we go there then instead? It was absolutely disgusting. I was very disappointed. I did appreciate being with my director there though, because like since he did go to school there, he was very passionate about the city and took me like on a walking tour and like pointed out like a whole bunch of different things.
Yeah.
Like Tennessee Williams' apartment where he wrote A Streetcar Named Desire.
It's a crazy place at night if you're walking down Bourbon Street.
Yeah, it is.
It's like nutso.
Anyways, yeah, that was a big disappointment. I also love the gift shop here. It is my favorite gift shop.
Way to get to the gift shop.
I love it. I love it so much, and it has like some of the best like resort themed merchandise there, and you can buy like these ceramic masks that I just always thought were so
elegant,
beautiful. Yes, and elegant. I wanted them so badly when I was a kid, and I couldn't afford them. And
don't they have those in Italy too for some reason?
Yes.
So the same ones, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We got ours hanging up there with their Port Orleans print.
Well, that's different. I'm talking about it's like a full face.
Yeah, those are the face ones.
Yeah.
We just have like the half ones you wear for Mardi Gras.
Yes, that is what I picked up in New Orleans as my personal souvenir, because I was like, makes me think of French Quarter at Disney, and we'll put it next to our French Quarter lithograph.
Yeah, of the alligator.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, do you have anything else that you're like selling me on this as your favorite?
Again, I think this is a lot of nostalgia for me, which plays a huge factor, because it's like, it gets me in those Disney feels and like a kid and everything. And I love it. I love it so much.
Unless Grand is on the table.
If I'm getting a free stay at the Grand, then yes, I'm going to choose that.
All right. We'll have to take a poll on that.
I also just love like the lobby here, just like the check-in area. It's so beautiful. And the Christmas decorations, they're all like...
It is a more chill resort.
Mardi Gras themed.
I think it's just since there's less people, it just feels more chill. So
it's so much more chill. But I mean, when you think about the moderate resorts too, you've got Port Orleans Riverside.
There's not many.
Caribbean Beach and Coronado Springs. They had kind of considered Fort Wilderness to be a moderate resort, but then when they did the DVC overhaul of the cabins, it's now deluxe. Considered since it's DVC.
There's only 3?
4.
What's the 4th?
You've got Coronado, Caribbean Beach, Riverside, and French Quarter.
Riverside and French Quarter, okay.
Yeah. So you only have like 4 moderate resorts, and I feel like that's kind of like an opportunity Disney should take.
Yeah, really. You should make some more of those.
Because like they're building more and more deluxe resorts. And the deluxe are just like so incredibly expensive now. And they did build Art of Animation roughly like 10, 15 years ago.
I feel like that's between
something like that.
Deluxe and value, or moderate and value.
It is, because it's mostly suites, and
it's for larger groups, right?
Well, families that want a little more room.
Yeah.
But like even the standard rooms are a little bit more expensive than the Pop Century standard rooms. The thing too is like when I've like priced out the suites, like you could stay at a deluxe resort. I mean, obviously depending on the resort and a few other factors, for the same price that you could stay in an Art of Animation suite. And yeah, you're going to have more room in the suite than you would in your deluxe room, but you don't get the perks of being at a deluxe resort.
Are they ever going to make a DVC moderate resort? Or does it always have to be deluxe?
It's always going to be deluxe. And that's the thing though, like I feel like Disney, they're currently building a new DVC resort, but like that's like the next thing that they should do if they're going to be adding on more resorts is another moderate, and a moderate that is not as massive as Caribbean Beach and Coronado and Riverside. Because like, especially like when I have clients, I try not to quote those resorts. I mean, you know, obviously I'm looking at like budgets and everything and what they want out of their stay, out of their room and resort and everything. But like, if I quote moderates, I'm usually always putting Port Orleans French Quarter on there, and hardly ever Riverside.
It should be adventure tiki themed, like Jungle Cruise.
That would be cool.
Kind of like Polynesian cool. Meets Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm.
That's the theme it should be.
That'd be a lot of fun.
There you go. I just made it for you guys.
I mean, I guess you kind of have that with Caribbean Beach and Coronado. But again, something that's not massive, because the issue with Caribbean Beach, Coronado,
Caribbean Beach is insane.
And like, Riverside is that they're so big. There's like a minimum of 5 internal bus stops you have to go through before you even leave property.
Yeah, Caribbean.
Or when you're coming back at night, you're going through these 5 bus stops.
That was nightmarish at Caribbean Beach when we used to stay there.
Yeah.
I like Caribbean Beach, but it was just like that just sucked.
But Caribbean Beach has it going for it now that it has a Skyliner, and it's the hub for the Skyliner. So you're not having to like change buckets.
What's your thoughts on this?
I love Port Orleans. It's my favorite.
We're going to take a poll on that one.
Gluten-free beignets. Gluten-free beignets. And I think it's great.
It's great. It's great. I love it.
It's great.
5 stars.
It is 5 stars.
Is this a 10 out of 10?
Yes. Grand Floridian.
Wow.
Well, Port Orleans French Quarter is a 10 out of 10.
That was wild.
You know what other resort I give a 10 out of 10?
Polynesian.
Grand Floridian.
All right. Well, tell them where you can find us.
You can find us online.
You can find us on the internet. Just type in stuff.
Hang on. I'm going to get it.
Go to Alta Vista and type in.
Okay. You can find us on Spotify.
Netscape.
You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube, videos coming soon, and backlottours.com.
This is such a struggle for you.
You can also find us on Instagram at Backlot Tours.
This is like how many episodes are we getting? Like, how many done now?
I mean, total?
I mean, we scrapped a bunch that like messed up sound.
Yeah.
But like, what have we done? Like 80?
82. This will be season 2, episode 42.
Still don't know how to find us.
I do. It's just, we just added it in a few episodes ago.
A few? It's probably like 20.
Probably 12.
I don't know.
But still, it doesn't flow off the tongue for me. And yes.
Well, like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, that's it. Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want me to take that part and that'll just be easier for you?
Yeah. Leave us a review.
Yeah. Give us some good.
Like Spotify, Apple.
We love positive reinforcement.
We do love positive reinforcement. It keeps us going.
Keeps us sane.
Yeah.
In this crazy world.
And if you'd like to book your own magical vacation, please let me know. I'd love to help you with that. You can reach out to me, Jana at castleboundtravelco.com, or send me a message on Instagram at castlebound_Jana. And I'll be very happy. Yes, but if you do it this week that you're listening to it, we're going to be on the treasure, and I may or may not have access to my email.
To be determined.
For work purposes.
TBD.
Corporate work purposes. I will have 0 access to the internet. For Instagram purposes. Who knows?
Take us home.
There's a great big pretty okay tomorrow.
And it's shining at the end of every day.